All right, I don't know if you guys saw the news, but Apple is going to take a few tips from Mormonism and over the next decade convert its business into a religion. And let me explain to you what they're going to do. It's really fascinating. They're just going to pull a page out of the Mormon playbook. So Apple, they make technology products. And there's a problem with this. It's not good for the bottom line because it's really expensive to create new technology. The research and development, you have to work on the supply chain, get things manufactured, the marketing. So, when they sell a iPhone for $2,000, they're making about 30% profit on that. So they're making $600 and that's good. But if they could get rid of all that research and development and all of those costs of goods, they could just take that $2,000 straight, have all that extra profit. So what Apple's decided to do is they're going to get into the business of selling salvation. And in case you guys don't know, in the future, Apple's building this super cloud, and they're going to upload our consciousness to it. So basically, we're going to live forever in this Apple cloud. Now, those who are Appleites, those who convert to the religion of Apple that's coming, they're going to be uploaded to the cloud in a state of paradise forever. And those who don't believe and don't obey the Apple religion, they're going to be uploaded to a hell-like state. There's going to be giant babies chasing you and chewing on you with their gums for eternity, and you're going to be tortured by ape-like demons and things. It's going to be terrible. So Apple, they're getting rid of technology. You're going to go into Apple now, and you're going to give them money, and they're going to promise you that you're going to be saved in the cloud. Now, that was their first iteration of the business model, but they made a couple changes because it still wasn't profitable enough. A one-time transaction, $2,000 is great, but what Apple wants is reoccurring payments. So they're just going to go to the classic tithing structure. It's biblical. It's been around forever. So basically, every month you just got to pay 10% of your income. Now they're not going to say whether it's a gross or net, but let's be honest. If you're paying on net, you just might be robbing the Apple gods, and it's not guaranteed that you're going to be uploaded to cloud heaven when Apple creates this super cloud to upload our consciousness. And what's really cool about this new business is, so now they're getting this reoccurring 10% of your income, which is way more than most people spend on Apple anyway. And the other thing that's really cool is, in the past, Apple's been sued for faulty products, for not delivering on what they said. So they had a Apple charger that would ignite and cause fires that cause them hundreds of millions of dollars in lawsuits, class action lawsuit. And what's cool about this new business model, since they're just selling a narrative about the future, and they don't really know when it's going to happen, but it will happen, is, hey, there's no way to say that they're not living up to their promise. Maybe 100 years goes by and the cloud hasn't happened, but it's just maybe going to come next year and the next. So you can't sue them anymore. It's fantastic. Now, as they were going through this business model, they took a couple other pages from the Mormon playbook, and they've realized that they don't need to pay their sales force. Apple has people in their stores, and their stores are going to be converted into religious Sunday gathering grounds where we can every Sunday go and talk about how cool the cloud's going to be and what we need to do to go there and keep being reminded that we have to keep paying our Apple tithing. And now the sales force is going to be you and me and other Appleites. And what's going to be really cool is if we have been obedient and have been paying our tithing, our 10%, we now have the opportunity to go around the world, maybe learn another language, and tell people in third world countries that if they don't pay 10% of their income into Apple, they might go to cloud hell, or maybe just delete it. I mean, they just might delete your consciousness. And what's even better about this new business model, if that's not lucrative enough, now getting this free sales force to convince people and then they get to convince their kids, and then they get to go on missions. If that's not good enough, then let me think. What's the next step? No, I think that is the next step. Yeah. So you're gonna. All right, this is getting ridiculous. So, what else have we got on this? Taking this to the extremes. Oh yeah. So Apple now, they're gonna put up these big old marketing billboards. They're basically going to be gigantic temple-like things with a big apple on the top. And what's cool about this is they get to acquire land, and let's not forget, they've now converted to a religious status. So they don't have to actually show any of their financials, and they can invest this money they get from all the people paying into the Apple religion into these really cool pieces of real estate that have a big apple on the top. Now, this is not, for business or to make money. This is to remind people of the goodness of the apple gods and the apple clouds, and people can look at these big structures that can be beautiful, and they'll be reminded of Apple salvation. And yeah, so this is going to roll out the next decade with Apple. They're going to start converting to a religion because it's just a way better business model than they have right now. So obviously Apple's not going to do that, but it just helps you see how once we strip away the story about it being a religion or a nonprofit or a business, and we get down to the transactions, it's just people giving money and getting something in return. In Apple right now, you give them money, they give you an iPhone. In Mormonism, you give them money, they tell you a story. And it's just a business. And I think it's a brilliant business model that they've been able to work out over the past couple hundred years, and they've been able to pull from the playbooks of other religions, and they've got a big machine going. Every single person in Mormonism could die, and it would just keep growing and growing. It's like Scientology. Once you get the wealth, it just starts compounding, and they're just going to always have crap loads of capital, and it's not fair. And it's just how our structure of our business, of our government set up. And, the earlier religions capitalized on the loopholes, and, that's business. If you're a corporation, you take advantage of any tax break you can get. You try to get lobbyists so the government's on your side and protects you. So that's just the way it is. Hope you guys are doing well. Hopefully that was fun and helpful. I just kind of ad-libbed that off the top of my head, but I thought it was pretty good. Bye.